Hey, I am Michelle Taff. Welcome to my digital channel. Let's talk about the Israel Hamas war. We'll talk about the war in Gaza. Before that, watch the video till and subscribe to the channel. If you like the video, don't forget to hit like button, share and comment on it. So today we're gonna talk about Egypt optimistic on Gaza, talking waiting for a response of the foreign minister says in Riyadh. Egyptian foreign minister Sami Chokri said on Monday that Egypt was hopeful about a proposal for a truce and a hostage release in Gaza Strip, but that was waiting for a response on the proposal from Israel and Hamas. Chokri was speaking on a panel in Riyadh with Jordan foreign minister Ayman Safadi, who said that war in Gaza had turned Israel into a pariah state. Furthermore, we're gonna talk about the Palestinian boy overjoyed after securing 2 jars full of clean water. Can you imagine? Can you imagine how much difficulties they are facing today? The attacks on Gaza destroy all human resources of living. He just enjoying that moment, but how sorrowful is that? How sorrowful is that? Can you imagine that? I'm gonna talk on Gaza ceasefire progressing, but will remain prudent. Says by French Foreign Minister talk on ceasefire in Gaza and progressing. French Foreign Minister Stephens and said on Monday in Riyadh, where he was due to meet other ministers of Arab and Western countries as well as Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas. He said that things are moving forward, but you always have to be careful in the discussion and negotiation. The situation in Gaza is catastrophic and we need a ceasefire, he told readers. Blinken arrived in Saudi Arabia to discuss Israel normalization post-war in Gaza. By readers, U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken arrived in Saudi Arabia on Monday. U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken arrived in Saudi Arabia on Monday, the first stop in border trip to the Middle East to discuss issues including the governance of Gaza on the war with Israel and the top U.S. diplomats heads to Israel later this week, where he is expected to press Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to take concrete and tangible steps of U.S. President Joe Biden demanded this month to improve the dire humanitarian situation in Gaza. In Riyadh, Blinken is expected to meet with senior Saudi leaders and hold a wider meeting with counterparts from 5 Arab states as like Qatar, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, and Jordan to further discussion on what governance of the Gaza Strip would look like after the war, according to a senior State Departmental official. Blinken is also expected to bring together Arab countries with the European state and discussion how Europe can help the rebuilding efforts of the tiny enclave, which he has been reduced to wasteland in the 6-month-long Israeli bombardment. We will talk about the Germany now called out the lecture on civil rights by pro-Palestinians. It is said that German ambassador to Pakistan Alfred Granis reacted to the activists that protest attended at the Human Rights Conference in Lahore on April 27, 2024. He said that I am shocked by your audacity. Activists said that addressing innovators by Germany brutality, abusing pro-Gaza people, shouting is not a discussion. Ambassador told to the protester. Pro-Palestinian activists disturbed the speech of German ambassador of Pakistan Alfred Granis when he took the podium to speak at the Asmajangid Conference 2024 in Lahore on Saturday. Furthermore, we're going to talk about the Palestinian President world leader told Gaza Talk in Riyadh this week by readers. Riyadh Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas and several international officials will be in Riyadh this week for talk aimed to pushing for a peace agreement in Gaza to be held on the sidelines of the World Economic Forum meeting. The WEF president said on Saturday, we do have the key players now in Riyadh, and hopefully discussion can lead into the process towards reconciliation and peace. Bosch Brandy said at a news conference in Riyadh, adding to Gaza humanitarian crisis would be on the agenda. Furthermore, we're going to talk about the 30,388 Palestinians killed in Israel military offensive in Gaza. Health Ministry said by Read at least 34,388 Palestinians have been killed and 77,437 others injured in Israel military offensive in Gaza since October 7. The Gaza Health Ministry said in a statement, some 34 have been killed and 69 others wounded over the past 24 hours, the ministry said. Further, Gaza aid from the Cyprus resumed after pause following aid worker killing sources by readers. Aid shipments to Gaza from Cyprus resumed late on Friday. Furthermore, we're going to talk about the German police assault pro-Palestinian protester near Berlin Chancellery. By web test, Berlin police Friday assaulted participants to a pro-Palestinian camp set up in the front of German parliament and the chancellery. The activists demanded the government to stop arms export to Israel and what they say in the criminalization of the Palestinian solidarity movement. Police tents forcibly removed posters and blocked the surrounding area to stop other arriving. The action followed clashes between demonstrators and police on US campus and a blocked at Paris Science Po University, part of international protest to declare Israel military campaign in Gaza and Western support for Israel. If you like the video, subscribe the channel, hit the like button, share the video and comment on it. Wait for our new video, just press the bell icon also.